So you have your new student here. I talked to him earlier about some of the wisdom that you've imparted on him since you started training with him. And he said something that was very valuable to him was likening himself to an animal. Can you talk about, him likening himself to an animal?
Well, I love this guy, and I always loved this guy. So I love the way he fights, his integrity, the way he like to go out and be what he thinks a real fighter would be in the ring. And a lot of times, I can tell from watching that a lot of his early learning came from watching him. But I want him to understand that the one thing that I always did was I like myself to the game we started. And liking myself to animal gives you a little bit different perspective on how you get forward. Because what people don't realize is that boxing is survival. Whether you winning or losing, it's still survival. On the African plains out there with a lion chasing the deer get away from the lion. If the lion don't catch the deer, he don't eat. If the deer don't get away from the lion, he ain't gonna eat no more. It's survival, whether you're the biggest, baddest, or you're the smaller, weakest. You still have to survive.
Does your animal change through your life?
Yes, it does. The animal does change through life because you grow up and you get older. And sometimes when the animal starts to get little ones that's following him, you have to look at it and be a little bit more considerate. Whereas when you're on your own, which is kind of where he is now, you stick to be out the solitary lion. You don't care about nothing else. You understand me? So it's like, for me, I like it because two things that are good about him that he didn't know already. He's by himself. He don't have no friends in his weight division. So no matter what happens, who emerges, he don't care. He won't. That's why I like it. That's why I like the game we used to take. Because the game we used to stands alone. No other rooster to me is nothing. His daddy to his brothers, nobody else means nothing. When he see them, that means death. He ready to go to war right there. And that's what you have to, in that ring. That's how you have to be. So that's what I like about him. And that's why I was trying to teach him the concept. I watched him fight on several different occasions. He can box his behind off. But he don't want to kill. To eat, we gotta kill. You understand me? That's why I try to teach him about that.
Can you respond to that, what Roy's talking about there, Isaac?
Oh yeah. Mine every time I go to a fight is outclassing my fight at my opponent completely. So that killing instinct is not there. All what I have is to outsmart my opponent. So I can tip-tap them, I can do whatever, but as long as each and every round I know that I'm winning and I'm outsmarting them, frustrating them and confusing them, that's all about the ring. Now, as Roy explained, I have to get that animal into me. Once I've managed to frustrate them, I've managed to outwork them, I have to go for a kill.
Have you found yourself kind of spiritually finding and realizing?
I am getting there. I am getting there because I can't say I am that, but I am getting there.
Because it's incredible skill to be able to survive so easily 12 rounds, 36 minutes against a man so many times and not get hurt. You're slippery as an eel. Do you know what I mean? In a good or bad way. Roy's seen something because he wants to turn you into, I don't mean a killer, but a killer.
Yeah, not a killer, but a killer. And like you said, because I'm not saying take away what you've been doing. That's wonderful. But like the song say, there comes a time when we hear that certain call, it's time to eat. You feel me? So at some point, you got to learn that time has to come. And you got to make that time come. Because you got to eat.
How's it different being a trainer compared to when you're a fighter?
For me, it's no different. Because it's the same thing. It's like people can stop and strategize and say, well, this guy does this and this guy does that. It doesn't matter. When Roy came, it doesn't matter what you put in front of him. You was ready for just whatever. You could have changed the day before and said, okay, tomorrow you fight the Southpaw. I don't care. I got my skills ready to kill. I got everything ready because I don't know what I'm going to need. But I'm going to eat. You understand me? So that's what I try to teach him. I'm not worried about what this person does. I know some of what he does, and it's good to know some of the habits just so you don't accidentally get caught cold not knowing nothing about it. But we're not concerned about what he does. We're concerned about what this one does.
Chilemba is a skilled boxer. At this stage in his career, how do you create that sense of urgency to make him a killer? Like, what is that switch to snap it on? Like a crazy switch.
You point to that post right there. All the reason you ain't up there is because last time out, you didn't seek to kill. You seek to kill, you're going to be in that post right there. You want to stay down here, or you want to go up there? That ain't something I can do. But I got to point it out to him because I'm a realist. I don't play or tell him something that's not true. He don't want that. He want to know the truth. What the truth is, that's two killers. To go swim in the water amongst them killers, guess what you have to be? A killer. Or you can't get in the water.
What were your thoughts on this fight with Falk Led?
Beautiful fought, wonderfully fought, very smartly fought. Lacked a little bit of killer instinct and hadn't really came and spent time with me yet to understand what's really happening. Now he understands totally what's going on. Now he has so much fun with it that I'm a little bit afraid because he's gonna be having so much fun that it's gonna be hard to channel that to a killer. Because, and if you can get that far ahead of him, like that, you don't have to channel it to a killer. Because sometimes having fun will get you so far in front that it's like once a deer gets a fun up and lead on the line, he starts dancing around in pride because he happy, he good. He got this. No sense to be in an all-out sprint. Why? He good now. You understand me? And that could very well happen because he does enjoy the sport that much, and he has a lot of experience at doing that. So if he gets out there and gets that lead, he's cool with that. Don't. Sometimes it can be crazy to be a killer because going to be a killer also means you can be killed. So there's a lot of other variables, but that's what his job to figure out, not mine.
Do you feel a personal challenge to get him to that next level? That's like,
Of course I do. Of course I do. Because why did he seek me out? Because he want to go higher than he is, right? So if I can't help him get higher than he is, then what good did I do? I failed him, and I don't like failing people.